Here we are, in the international airport of the Ukrainian city Dnipro, former Dnipropetrovsk. A group of repatriates, or olim in Hebrew, is heading for a flight to Tel Aviv. Why, after 25 years of Ukrainian independence, Jewish people still keep on departing from Ukraine? We will try to give an answer to this question in our video film.
Ukraine is one of the biggest countries in Europe. At this, Ukraine is one of the poorest countries in Europe. One of the main reasons for this is the war in the eastern part of the country. Some people see the war as death and grief, while others know well how to make money out of the blood and battles. For the political tops of Ukraine and chief military officers, the war is also a shield to hide their insufficiency and a chance of bloating up their political ambitions. The war is not likely to cease anytime soon. The power in both Russia and Ukraine have their profits out of this war. Yet, what's the price common people pay for it? I used to work at a big factory. It closed down and I'm unemployed now. I was at risk of being summoned to the army, but I don't want to participate in this silly war. I hate to think of leaving my child an orphan. I don't want to send my husband to the war. I don't want to wake up in the morning in fear of losing him at the war. People in Ukraine repeat sad jokes. We have European prices and African salaries. The smallest salary in Ukraine makes about $110 per month. A good half of this amount is spent on utility payments. Just to compare, in Poland, people spend 12% of their incomes on the utility costs. In Germany, it's about 6%. 83% of the employed Ukrainians are not able to make ends meet. 90% of the retirees in Ukraine live beyond the verge of poverty. The utility payments are often bigger than their retirement benefits. The prices have grown by 8 to 10 times within the recent years, while the population is being constantly robbed by the corrupted officials who hurry to take the money out of Ukraine. I'm leaving to join my son and his family in Israel. I can't survive on my retirement benefit here. The political situation in Ukraine is unstable, and the power is unstable too. It happens because there are radically minded people who hold in their arms the weapon that has come from the war zone. These radicals often conduct marches and other public events in Kiev and other cities of Ukraine. Watching them coming out of shadows makes Ukrainian Jews feel a deep fear and think on making Aliyah and hiding in a safe place. Jewish people in Ukraine are totally unprotected in the face of anti-Semitic attacks. These attacks show up as frequent plundering of synagogues, Jewish cultural objects, and in other daring escapades. The point is that the government can do nothing with the armed radicals who see the root of all the troubles in Ukraine in Jewish people. This helplessness of the government and no protection against aggression is another reason why Aliyah from Ukraine does not cease.
И просто мы боимся за антисемитические организации, националисты разрушают памятники.
The main reason why our family is leaving for Israel is the growth of anti-Semitic moods and threats in Ukraine. So we're departing to save our children. In accordance with the data rendered by the chief of the Russian-speaking Aliyah department of Jaffe, Roman Polonsky, Aliyah from Ukraine made 6,000 in 2014, 7,000 in 2015, 5,500 in 2016. It's expected that in 2017 the number of Olim will grow due to the continuous instability in the politics and the never-ceasing war in the eastern Ukraine.
Я лечу для того, чтобы у моего ребенка было будущее.
I'm leaving for Israel to give my son a good future, which I could not provide for him in Ukraine.
И я вместе со своим ребенком радовались жизни.
Aliyah from Ukraine doesn't stop, and the Embassy of Israel in Ukraine conducts regular meetings with potential olim and consults them on complicated issues. One of such meetings took place in Zaporozhye, attended by more than 120 persons. Such meetings are held in 20 regions of Ukraine. Besides consultations, the olim desperately need financial support, and this is what we have been given to them for more than 10 years. Now we are showing how Aliyah changes the lives of olim for the better, and these changes in the Holy Land are another reason why people leave for Israel. If I had stayed in Vinnytsia, I would have died a year ago. These are the horrible conditions in which Galina's family lived in Ukraine. Maltreated by Ukrainian doctors, Galina gained a tough hormonal disorder that caused extremely quick, uncontrolled obesity. Galina would have died of complications if she had stayed in Ukraine. Now, in Israel, Galina and her family have a great spacious apartment in Haifa given to her by the state. She receives a proper treatment and constant care she could not even dream of in Ukraine. Galina is grateful to those who have helped her discover a new life. Now, Galina receives funds to purchase the necessary medications. In Ukraine, Anna's younger son's eye was severely damaged by the attempts of doctors to handle his sight issues. It was very likely that the boy would go blind very soon. In Israel, he has already undergone 6 very expensive surgeries on the account of the state. Doctors believe that they will stop the disease from damaging his second eye. His elder brother was released from his military duties to support the family. If I had stayed in Ukraine, I could have lost my son. I'm so grateful for your help.
We are now in the house of Vadim and Avital. We are visiting in Israel here in Rishon, and they came from Ukraine 2 years ago, from the difficulties there because of the war and other difficulties they experienced. And now they are in Israel. They are very happy to be in Israel with their 3 beautiful daughters. And now we are so glad that we could give a hand with the transport for helping them to Israel. And now we can give a small gift for helping you with some things you need. Everybody has got a job, but it's not a job for you, Avital. But things will be better and better, so we are very, very thankful for everyone who can give a hand with some financial help to our organization, so we can help more people to Israel and let them have a nice and good life here. And I give this small help to you, Avital, and sure you will. You need some, and you have places to put this small money.
Thank you very much.
It's with our pleasure.
Меня зовут Вадим Кашуба.
We are grateful to Greta and Exodus Nord for the help we received before our repatriation from Ukraine. We left for the sake of our children's future, and I also believe that in Israel I will be able to work by my profession. Thank you very much. Your funds have helped thousands of olim handle their financial problems in the course of their preparation for repatriation. We do hope that this help will keep on. On behalf of olim, We're grateful for their new life in the Promised Land.